I'm Lillian Eve Moore, the creator of Reconnecting with Wealth, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about the path that I took to bring my spirituality into my finances and create wealth. I hope you've gotten a lot of value out of this free video training so far, because what I really want for you is to be satisfied with your finances so that you can focus on more important issues in your life and in the world. This is why I created Reconnecting with Wealth. I know money was stopping me from having the impact that I really wanted to have. It was stopping me from enjoying my family. It was keeping me inside at work instead of enjoying this gorgeous planet. And I bet money is stopping you too. But it's not because you don't have enough. It's because money has hijacked your mind and your energy. When you reclaim your consciousness, you reclaim your ability to create. And you can actually find spiritual enjoyment in what you are creating. 4 years ago, I made $10,000 for the whole year. And I'm the primary breadwinner. In the first 3 months of this year, I made $30,000. But trust me when I say that that is the least significant payoff. My relationships improved, my health improved, but most importantly, I feel alive again. It's like waking up from a nightmare. My financial life is now a part of my spiritual practice, and my spirituality and my love for life and my self-expression is what consumes my thoughts now, instead of just thinking about money over and over again. Reconnecting with wealth is the distilled and easy to follow path that I walked. I'm going to share those steps with you now. The first step was realizing the true source of wealth so that you can start investing your time and your energy wisely. The second step was becoming aware of delusional thinking. When I say it was like waking up from a nightmare, it really was like I was living in a reality that my fears created. So in this program, we look at what world your fears have created around you and how that's affecting your ability to make good choices. The third step is taking inventory of your assets. This is how you get to real gratitude. I know a lot of these law of attraction programs, they tell you, you gotta practice gratitude, you gotta be grateful, that's how you generate. Yes, but how can you be grateful when you feel like you don't have enough? I know how hard that is. This is a point where you get to a very real understanding of what you have, and that naturally produces gratitude. This is also where we learn what wealth means to you and where you really stand financially. Step 4 is releasing limiting beliefs. And the part that really excites me is we also look at how to desire without attachment. So how can you want more without being dissatisfied with what you have now? The fifth step is expressing your gifts in a way that attracts wealth. This includes work and career, but it's really much bigger than that. It's really about how you move in the world. You are always building connections that have the potential to bring you wealth. Step 6 is looking at self-worth and your willingness to receive. In this section, we look at a very important distinction: your intrinsic value versus your utilitarian value. And this understanding is what frees you from trading time for money. Step 7, we look at your integrity and we align your money with your values. This is where we look at money and time management, and we also look at your debt. Step 8, you're going to learn how to spend in a conscious way. So no more impulsive, emotional spending. We're also going to look at how to integrate giving as part of your regular financial practice, even if you don't feel like you can afford it. At the end of all of this, my promise to you is that your financial life and your spiritual life will be integrated so that as you grow spiritually, you grow wealthier. Now, this is not necessarily the case without specifically putting intention into integrating. frequently the opposite happens. Frequently people grow spiritually, but because they have this aversion to their financial lives and they have this fear of what's going on in their wealth, that they don't bring their spiritual practices into their financial life, or they simply don't know how. So as they get more and more in love with spiritual fulfillment, they get less and less interested in handling their finances, and without attention, it starts to crumble. My promise is that your stress and your fear around money will subside, and that your mind and your heart will be free to pursue and work on and devote to what's really important to you, whether that's your family, whether that's travel, whether that's education and learning more, whether that's building something and creating something that improves the lives of millions, whatever it is for you that you don't feel like you have the time, the energy for now. Before we reveal the pricing options, I want you to consider how much time and energy you have wasted thinking the same stressful thought about money over and over and over again. How much time a day? And for how many years? If you thought about money in this stressful way that depletes your energy for just 30 minutes a day for 1 year, that's $1,500 at a minimum wage job. If you had been working, flipping burgers, instead of thinking those stressful thoughts, you would have made $1,500. When I was at my worst, those 2 years that I was totally consumed with that stress, I was thinking about money probably about 2 hours a day for 2 years. That's around $10,000 if I had just been flipping burgers instead. Now, what if I had spent that time building connections? What if I had spent that time joyfully offering what I wanted to offer the world, serving others, or diving into an education around something that I love, or problem solving for my boss and putting my heart into the work that was right in front of me? If I had, or if you had, spent the time that we've spent stressing about money, devoting it in a loving way to something that actually generated wealth, probably be doing pretty good. Now, this is not to make you feel crap about how you've spent your time, or like you've wasted, or like you've lost, or like a failure. But sometimes we have to look at our behavior with real self-awareness in order to motivate change. I am sure that you have been doing the best that you can with what you have. When I was in that state of stress, I was doing the best that I could with what I had. But you can expect more for yourself. And I expected more for myself, which is why I invested in education and programs, and I developed myself spiritually and practiced bringing that spirituality into my finances. Now you have help. You can start thinking in a new way. You can start behaving in a new way that brings that wealth to you, that brings you the wealth that you really desire. If you are ready for that, you can click the button below and reconnect with wealth.